Hello everyone. Good morning to one and all present here and welcome to the wonderful world of English language. Guys, you know very well that English is very beautiful language and with this language we can communicate from one person to another and we can convey our ideas. There are so many benefits to learn English language. Today we will discuss here some important features to writing a letter. There are so many basic features for writing a letter. The first one is the aim of a letter. Letters are written for at least one of the three purposes: to convey information, to prompt action, or to maintain a satisfactory communication. The purpose for which the letter is written generally affects the tone or style of your letter. Tone, another word for style, is perhaps the most difficult to control when writing a letter. So it is important to keep your general as well as more specific aim in mind while writing a letter. Number two, courtesy and politeness. These qualities are important in a letter not merely because they are the correct way to behave, but also because you are committing yourself to paper. If you know the addressee, you must constantly bear in mind his personality, taste, and interest. If you write another impolite, you may make an enemy where you wanted to win or a friend. If you are writing a letter or complaint, think very carefully before choosing your words. In complaint letter, a copy of letter can be made for future reference. These letters, however, should be composed with more than usual care as they are attack on somebody or something. They cannot be expressed to go without response, and their tone and phrasing will determine whether the answer is mild apology or violent counter attack. Number three, clarity of thought and expression. It is very important to express your thoughts properly and clearly. We must always be quite clear about why we are writing the letter. You should express yourself in such a way that the recipient of your letter will understand you easily. Try to use short words and short sentences which convey the message simply and clearly. Long words and complex grammatical constructions are not only difficult to read but are often imprecise. Number 4, avoid cliches and worn out phrases. Always avoid worn out phrases such as "we beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter" or "permit me to state." Just go ahead, state an idea as if you were talking face to face with the recipient. It is better to write "thank you for your letter" instead of "we beg to acknowledge the receipt of your letter." Number 5, accuracy and completeness. Your letter should always be dated. Check that the recipient name and address are given correctly and spelled accurately. Read the letter again before putting it into the envelope. Check spelling, punctuation, and grammar, any facts and figures. Next, we should keep in our mind the basic framework of letter. Although letters deal with a wide range of topics, but let me tell you that it is possible to categorize the main part of typical letters. Most letters would not contain all these features, but they should always contain the essential parts, namely the sender's name, addresses, reference code, date, recipient's name and address, or the opening salutation, message, or the main body of letter, a complimentary clause, signature, and sender's name. Let us discuss here one by one. Like number one, the sender's name and address. The sender's name and address is usually written at the top of a letter, aligned on the longest line. The full postal address, including the country of senders in foreign country, should be used so that the recipient knows exactly where to reply. In most of the business letters, the names and addresses are already included as part of printed letterheads. Number two, reference code. Reference code are generally used in official letters and business letters to help in filling the locating as also in replying letters. The reference code is usually given the left above of sender's address. Number 3. Date. The date should always be given in full and not the form of numbers such as 532025 etc. It is also much better not to abbreviate month or years, and the year should always be included as it may be important in referring back to the past correspondence of both you senders and the recipient. Next, number 4, recipient name. If possible, you should include the name of individual recipient and at least a specific job title if it is business or official letter. This makes the letter someone's particular responsibility, and it may lead to quicker reply. It may also be useful if you should need to follow up the letters and want to know to whom you wrote in the past. Next, number 5, courtesy titles. My dear friends, I'd like to tell you that an individual's name should always be preceded by a courtesy title, and the spelling for main name should be carefully written. The most common courtesy title are Mr., Mrs., Miss, etc. If you are unsure of woman marital status, it is generally acceptable to use Miss or Miss instead of Mrs. Some courtesy titles are related to qualification, profession, or honors and replace the normal courtesy titles. These are Professor, Doctor, Reverends, Chaudhry, Sir, etc. Doctor can be used for a man or woman and is used for the person has a doctoral degree as well as the medicinal doctors. Next, number 6, recipient's address. This should be copied careful for from the previous correspondence if available and should be the same of address to be used on the envelope. The address generally included some or the all the following like a building or house, a road name, the name of street, the name of locality, etc. Next point is very important. Let me explain it. The opening salutation or greeting. The opening salutation is used according to the way of recipient's name has been given. If the letter is addressed to an individual, the salutation would normally be in the form Dear Mr. Kapoor, Dear Miss Dixit, etc. In the courtesy title, the surname, but no initial or first name. If the recipient is good and intimate friend, it would be appropriate to use the first name as Dear Rajneesh. In the if the person has been addressed by the office rather than the name, the greeting should be Dear Sir, Dear Madam. If a whole department or business organization is being addressed the salutation would be Dear Sirs, etc. The text of letter itself likewise always begins with the capital letter and the first word is placed about 1 or 2 centimeters from the margin as well as when starting a paragraph. Next point is subject heading. It is generally used to business and official correspondence. It is often helpful to both the senders and the recipient to give a subject heading after the recipient's address. It should be short, concise, and should match the given by your correspondent if you are continuing discussion of the same topic. Next point is which is very important message or the main body of letter. Sometimes it is difficult to think stable words for which to start the letter. Given the below are some very basic and important phrases, but the list by no means exhaustive, and we may like these stable phrases like with reference to your letter of, or thank you for your letter of, or in reply to your letter of, or I am delighted, I am glad, I am pleased to tell, or I want to inform you that. Or you may say, I regret, or I am sorry to tell you, or I want to inform you. I wish to draw your kind attention towards, or as requested, or I'm writing to, or we recently wrote to you about, we may be interested to hear, we wish to remind you that, referring to your letter of, or I wonder if I could, or I wish to, or I enclose, or I am sorry to inform you that, etc. Always refers to the previous correspondence in the first paragraph and also try to get to the point of letter reasonably quickly without beating about the bush. If it is best to start a paragraph with a topic sentence, that is, introducing the subject of a letter, as well as will help your reader to follow the train of your thought. Next point is very important. So let us discuss here the complementary clause. This should match the opening greeting. Your sincerely, your faithfully, your truly will be appropriate in nearly all the business or official letters. You can use your sincerely in personal letter. For friends, your truly is also very common. In personal letter, when you are writing to youngest younger brother or sister, etc. Or you may write your loving brother or your loving sister, etc. When the letter is addressed to parents, uncles, aunts, etc., write your affectionately or your respectfully is used to higher or closer and respectable persons. Next, which is the last point of our letter writing, sender's address or sender's name. It is the bottom of your letter on the left hand side and also mention the designation if you give one. So these are some very important topics which should be discussed in writing a letter. If you use all these points to write a letter, I hope all these are very important to write a letter, whether it would be business letter, official letter, or other type of letter. I hope you will definitely use these points so that you can improve your writing letter skills and hope you will be able to understand these topics. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.